Hello, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us on Dateline tonight. I am Mora Isupa. Members of the All Progressives Congress APC in the state has been urged to prioritize unity and grassroots mobilization to strengthen the party's dominance in the state. The state deputy governor Samonde Onyeme gave the charge at an expanded meeting of Delta North leaders, elders and stakeholders of the party in Obiaruku, Okwani local government area. Perebo to report.
Sir Oyeme commended Governor Sheriff Oborowori for stabilizing the party through effective governance and the delivery of democratic dividends and urged members to mobilize their families and communities to take part in the ongoing voter registration. Former Governor Senator Ifeanyi Okowa expressed concern over the low voter registration turnout and called on party leaders to intensify mobilization while advising members to put the party's collective interest above personal ambition. The state APC chairman, Chief Omeni Sobotie, among other party leaders and elders, emphasized unity and active involvement in party activities, even as they commended the party's growing strength and acceptance across board. I am Pere Botu reporting.
The state deputy governor Samonde Onyeme has called for collective efforts to drive development across the state. He made the call while commissioning the Sky Favor Hotel in Ole, Isoko South local government area. Over again to Perebotu for details.
Sir Oyeme described the establishment of the hotel as a major contribution to economic growth and job creation, adding that it reflected the Oborowori administration's commitment to providing an enabling environment for investment and business expansion. He reaffirmed that peace, security and sustained investment would encourage Deltans in abroad to return home and participate in developing their communities, even as he assured investors of government's readiness to support enterprises. Chairman on the occasion and the State Director General of the Revenue Monitoring, Tracking and Audit, Chief Mike Edegware, commended the state government for promoting investment-friendly policies. The Managing Director of the Sky Favor Hotel, Mr. Peter Idugwe, represented by Barrister Favor Idugwe, said the hotel's presence in Ole would boost tourism and showcase the rich cultural heritage of the Isoko people. I am Pere Botu reporting.
God's kingdom has been described as a heavenly government that will make God's will a reality both in heaven and on earth. A minister of the Jehovah's Witnesses from the DLA congregation Asaba, Brother Christopher Ginikawa, stated this in a sermon titled, Cherish Your Place in the Kingdom Arrangement. The report.
The message was drawn from the Lord's Prayer recorded in Matthew chapter 6 verses 9 and 10. Brother Ginikawa explained that the kingdom of God, which Jesus taught his disciples to pray for, would soon bring lasting solutions to all of mankind's problems, adding that the perfect kingdom would put an end to suffering, wars, injustice, and all evil. Quoting Matthew chapter 24 verse 14, the cleric noted that the good news of God's kingdom was now being preached worldwide, and soon all true worshippers of God, regardless of race, language, or color, would be united under God's rulership. He encouraged all worshippers to cherish their place in the kingdom arrangements by learning the pure language of Bible truth, studying the history and laws of God's kingdom, and living according to its principles, as doing so would ensure they receive God's eternal blessings.
Then people do a lot of work to aim the citizenship of affluent countries, but God's kingdom is far higher than any other kingdom that anyone can think of. So having a place in it is something that every one of us should cherish. We also have to study the history of the kingdom. The kingdom is established by Jehovah to arrest Satan's rebellion. So that is the history part some of the history of the kingdom. So we need to know all of this. And we need to know the laws, the do's and don'ts that go with that kingdom arrangement.
The service featured interactive Bible discussions.
Seplat Energy PLC has concluded the 2025 edition of its Pearls Quiz competition for secondary schools across Edo and Delta states, with the Pioneer Education Center, Edo State, emerging overall winners. The school received a cash prize of 10 million naira to equip its ICT center at the grand finale held in Asaba. The report.
The Director, External Affairs and Sustainability, Seplat Energy, Mrs. Choma Afe, represented by the General Manager, Seplat, Ms. Hadiza Gabati, explained that the initiative was conceived to promote the development of exceptional and respectable leaders. She added that this year's edition introduced a STEM Innovation Challenge, rewarding creativity and real-world problem-solving skills.
And since then, we have been active in our host communities, and we've seen a lot of growth in participation, in academic excellence and enthusiasm. We've seen a lot of enthusiasm in the room here today.
In his remarks, Governor Sheriff Oborowori, represented by the Commissioner for Humanitarian Affairs, Community Support Service and Girl Child Development, Ms. Orode Udwanga, commended the Seplat joint venture for the Pearl Quiz initiative, which had continued to positively shape the academic and the personal growth of students across both states.
The Pearls Quiz, which translates to promoting exceptional and respectable leaders, is a shining example of corporate social responsibility that aligns perfectly with our developmental vision. For years, this initiative has provided a vibrant platform
Governor Sheriff Oborowori has congratulated former Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly, the Right Honorable Victor Oche, on his election as President of the Nigeria Tennis Federation. In a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Sir Festus Ahon, the Governor described Honorable Oche's victory as well-deserved, noting his dedication to grassroots sports, including his sponsorship of wheelchair basketball and the DevNotch National Tennis Open Championship. He expressed confidence that Honorable Oche's leadership will bring renewed glory to Nigerian tennis. The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, has achieved a major milestone in his push for the creation of an additional state in Nigeria's southeast region. During a two-day retreat of the Joint Committee on Constitution Review in Lagos, lawmakers unanimously approved the proposal following Kalu's appeal based on equity, justice, and fairness. He argued that the southeast, with only 5 states, is disadvantaged compared to other regions that have 6 or 7, making the move necessary to balance Nigeria's federal structure. The committee, co-chaired by Honorable Kalu and Deputy Senate President Senator Jibrin Barwa, considered 55 state creation proposals nationwide before adopting the Southeast request. Senator Abdul Ningi from Bauchi Central moved the motion for approval, seconded by Honorable Ibrahim Ishaka of Ogun State, and it was unanimously passed by members. This marked the first time a formal legislative process toward the creation of a new state in the southeast had progressed successfully through the National Assembly's Constitution Review process. Honorable Kalu's leadership and persistent advocacy were widely commended by fellow lawmakers, who described the decision as a victory for fairness and inclusivity. The Joint Committee also agreed to form a subcommittee to further evaluate other proposals for new states and local government areas across the country. The National Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, has announced plans to commence an indefinite nationwide strike from November 1. The decision followed a 5-hour meeting of the association's National Executive Council (NEC) meeting. In a statement, NARD President Dr. Mohammed Suleiman said the action became inevitable after the expiration of a 30-day ultimatum earlier issued to the federal government over unresolved demands. The association is demanding a 200% increase in the Consolidated Medical Salary Structure (CONMES), full implementation of new allowances proposed since July 2022, immediate recruitment of clinical staff, and removal of bottlenecks hindering the replacement of exiting doctors. Dr. Suleiman explained that the National Officers Committee (NOC) has been mandated to ensure full compliance across all centers. He added that center presidents and general secretaries have been directed to convene emergency Congress meetings to brief members on the resolutions. The NARD president also accused some actors within and outside government of plotting against doctors. Dr. Suleiman urged resident doctors to use the next few days to properly hand over patients, engage community and religious leaders, and sensitize the public ahead of the strike. The National Examinations Council (NECO) has opened its first examination center in London, United Kingdom, marking a major step in its international expansion to serve Nigerians in the diaspora. The launch, held during the Education Matters Conference UK 2025, was led by NECO Registrar Professor Dantani Bushishi, who said the initiative would provide opportunities for Nigerian students and adult learners abroad to complete their secondary education or obtain equivalent qualifications. He added that the move aligned with the federal government's policy on educational inclusivity and global engagement. Professor Bushishi highlighted NECO's ongoing reforms, including the transition to computer-based examination (CBE) as part of efforts to position the Council as a world-class assessment body. He noted that NECO would now conduct exams in 7 countries, with new centers awaiting accreditation in Egypt and Burkina Faso. The London Center, he explained, would promote national pride, strengthen Nigerians' global educational reputation, and deliver social and economic benefits, with NECO certificates already recognized by several top universities in the UK, US, Canada, India, China, and Russia. The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, commended NECO for the initiative, describing it as a vital step in ensuring that no Nigerian student is left behind globally. The Bauchi State Youth Rehabilitation Network has successfully rehabilitated over 5,000 youths involved in various social vices across the state. The community-based initiative focuses on transforming the lives of vulnerable young people by helping them abandon negative behaviors and reintegrate productively into the society. This achievement was disclosed by the chairman of the network, Mr. Amidu Mohammed, during a stakeholder strategic engagement on youth and women rehabilitation held in Bauchi. According to Mr. Mohammed, the beneficiaries were previously engaged in immoral and destructive habits such as drug abuse, theft, and fornication. The rehabilitation process was made accessible through forms distributed by village heads to youths willing to change. Mr. Mohammed further revealed that the network's efforts go beyond moral reformation. He said the initiative would promote self-reliance and economic independence, reducing the likelihood of relapse into antisocial activities and fostering long-term personal and community development. The Bauchi State Commissioner for Humanitarian Affairs, Mrs. Hajara Wanka, emphasized the critical role of parents in the moral upbringing of children. The Delta State Police Command has arrested a 20-year-old herbalist, Amechi Okokenye, and his 26-year-old stepbrother, Smart Okokenye, for allegedly kidnapping and killing two victims, Friday Liberty and Isioma Ugweje, a motorcycle rider. Disclosing this, Police Public Relations Officer SP Bright Edafi said Friday Liberty visited the herbalist on September 30 and never returned home. He said following investigations, police arrested Amechi Okokenye at his shrine in Owalidima, where he was found hiding inside the refrigerator. Adding that the suspect later confessed that he and his brother killed the victims after a failed ransom demand of 10 million naira. The State Commissioner of Police, CP Olufemi Abaniwanda, has pledged that justice would be served. The global scene is next as we join our World News Desk.
Defense Minister Israel Katz has visited the Israeli Army Northern Commander near the Lebanese border and has been accompanied by U.S. envoy Morgan Ortagus. The delegation also included Israeli ambassador to Washington, Yechiel Leiter, Northern Front Commander General Rafi Milo, and a representative from U.S. Central Command and the National Security Council. Israel continues to violate its November ceasefire with Hezbollah by staging deadly attack on a near-daily basis, many occurring near the Israel-Lebanon border. Aid agencies complained that humanitarian convoy still do not have enough access to Gaza to alleviate the famine condition in parts of the territory, and families there are still going hungry. Israel has withdrawn its forces within Gaza to the so-called Yellow Line, but remain in control of more than half the territory. It approves every United Nations aid convoy going into the war-battered Gaza Strip.
Again, let's join our business news desk for happenings in the business sector.
Cooking gas prices have dropped across the country after weeks of scarcity that forced many families to use charcoal and firewood. The market survey showed that the price of the product fell from between 1,800 naira and 2,000 naira per kilogram to about 1,350 naira to 1,500 naira, depending on the area. Citizens have expressed relief at the development and have urged the government to fix the logistic issues and support local gas production for stable prices. The Federal Operation Unit, Zone A, of the Nigerian Customs Service (NCS) has announced that its operatives intercepted a substance suspected to be hard drug worth 500 million naira along the Gbajiseme Road in Lagos. The controller of the unit, Mr. Mohammed Shuaibu, made the disclosure during a brief handing over that took place in his office recently. According to Mr. Shuaibu, the interception took place when a patrol team acting on credible intelligence apprehended one Uduak Monday. The suspect was reportedly found in possession of a nylon bag tightly wrapped with sellotape. He stated that upon examination, the content of the bag were discovered to be ice crystal methamphetamine weighing 25 kilograms with an estimated street value of 500 million naira. The controller added that the unit remained resolute in its mission to work in synergy with relevant agencies and stakeholders to dismantle smuggling network operating within the zone. He also disclosed that the seized substance had been handed over to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) for further investigation and prosecution. While receiving the exhibit and the suspects, on behalf of the chairman of the chief executive of the NDLEA, the commander of Narcotics, Lagos State Strategic Command, CN Abubakar Liman, was quoted to commending the collaborative efforts of the Nigerian Customs Service in the fight against drug trafficking.
You're still watching the Delta Television Dateline News. To stay with us as we go on a short break.
Hi, baby girl.
Hello.
I know. I've missed you. Why text when you can talk? With Glow Talk Master 646, you get all the time you need to catch up with friends and loved ones. Free with Glow Talk Master. Talk for 6 minutes and get 6 minutes free. Plus 50 MB data. Simply dial *606#. New Glow subscribers also enjoy an extra 2,000 Naira data and airtime welcome bonus. That's right. Every time you make up to 6 minutes of calls in a day, you get 6 free minutes plus 50 MB data. Simply dial *606# now to enjoy Glow Talk Master. That's right. 50 MB free data to connect and share as you please.
Welcome back to our Dateline News. Vegetable soup remains one of Nigerians' most cherished traditional dishes, celebrated for its rich taste and nutritional value. Found in almost every region of the country, it goes by different names and styles, from edikaiko in the south-south to eforiro in the southwest and afang in the east. Though recipes vary, the essence of vegetable soup lies in its wholesome mix of fresh green leaves, meats, and spices. In this edition of Food and Nutrition, Favor Okafo takes a look at vegetable soup, a nourishing delight with roots in Nigerian heritage.
Historically, vegetable soups evolved from the need to prepare meals that combine nutrition and flavor using locally available ingredients. Communities along riverbanks and forest regions relied on green leafy vegetables such as ugu, water leaf, and spinach, known for their abundance and health benefits. Over time, the dish became not only a household favorite but also a symbol of communal cooking and cultural identity. Preparation begins with boiling assorted meats, beef, goat meat, trim, and sometimes dried fish until tender. Palm oil is then added, followed by a blend of peppers, onions, and crayfish for seasoning. Fresh vegetables are introduced last to preserve their color and nutrients. The result is a rich, hearty soup, often served with pounded yam, fufu, eba, or rice, depending on local preference. Each ethnic group adds its unique twist. The Efik and Ibibio people prepare edikaikong with floated pumpkin and water leaf, while the Yoruba people make eforiro using green amaranth or spinach. In the east, afang and ofonubo bring their own leafy varieties and cooking traditions. Despite these differences, all share the same purpose, nourishment, and togetherness at the family table. Nutritionally, vegetable soup is packed with vitamins, iron, and fiber. The leafy greens strengthen the immune system, improve digestion, and support healthy blood circulation. The proteins from meat and fish add essential amino acids, making the meal balanced and energizing. Beyond nutrition, vegetable soup carries emotional and cultural value. It is often served during family gatherings, traditional ceremonies, and festive occasions, symbolizing unity and care. The aroma alone is enough to draw family members together after a long day.
I love vegetable soup because, one, it is very nutritious in terms of the vegetable. You know, vegetable help to build your blood system and also help to build your immune system as well.
With the current economic difficulties, many Nigerians are being challenged in their efforts to keep their meals nutritious, and medical experts have advised the inclusion of vegetable soup as a regular part of the diet due to its wholesomeness and nutritional value.
I prefer fufu. Time you're able to dip a little hole on the fufu, use it to pack the vegetable, especially when you have the likes of periwinkle inside the vegetable. Man, it's very delicious.
All All in all, being a household favorite with cultural connections across the country, vegetable soup has become not just a meal but a heritage to preserve, a true taste of health, home, and history. Favor Okafor reporting.
And now our thoughts for today. Leaders become great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others. And that brings us to the end of Dateline News tonight. Many thanks for watching. On behalf of the news production crew, I am Mora Isukma, wishing you a productive week and a beautiful night rest. Good night.